Hello from Figueira da Foz. Bem-vindos a Figueira da Foz. This is almost the end of my bike trip from Marrakesh to Porto. I have only 2 days left of cycling, or 2.5 if we count this evening. So the plan for today is to find a nice camp spot. I already bought plenty of food from the supermarket, so I have enough for the dinner today and breakfast tomorrow. Yeah, I'm very happy for the last moments in Portugal. Let's go! For the next 2 days, I was about to follow a lovely flat bike path through forests and fields, but first there was yet another hill to conquer. I didn't have that much time left until sunset, so I tried to speed up a bit, but sometimes I just had to push the bike. Ooh, I'm at the top of the bloody mountain, even though you cannot really tell. But that's how it is in Portugal, you know? You keep pushing your bike and at the end, this is what you get. Well, so I'm quite happy that I did it so quickly. I think it shows that it's not my first week in Portugal. Uh-oh, that road. Let's put the helmet on. Okay, the climb was worth it. The next couple of kilometers were such a breeze to cycle. Even the sun came out, although it was supposed to rain for most of the day. With such moody weather, you learn to enjoy every moment of sun. I even managed to have half a bath in a roadside bathroom next to a petrol station, which lifted my spirits even higher. And I had a nice chat with a very friendly lady working there. Sometimes the language barrier really doesn't matter that much.
Junto ao mar. Sim, junto, próximo.
Ah!
O mar.
Aha!
Aqui a serra. Huh. What about staying here? No. Okay. Bah. Look at this. If that is not a definition of a luxurious stay, then I don't know what it is. Zdrówko. It feels so good to be in the forest. I can actually hear the ocean from here very well. Perfect. Hello from the forest. Bom dia. Hi, darling. My plan was to leave this place before 7, which I find a bit funny by now because I am still here chilling. For today I planned about 60-70 kilometers, so actually I don't have to hurry that much. And the weather forecast was partly right, because there are moments that it's raining a bit, then it stops. So if it stays like this, I will be fine.
I just love that road. Oh my god. After all those hills, up and downs in Portugal, never-ending climbs, it just feels so refreshing to have such a lovely flat road. Okay, now it's really raining. But it's not that bad. At least I have a tailwind, which is rather surprising. Because here normally wind comes from the north, not from the south. Oh, I was about to go in the other direction. I'm not going to be out. Perfect. Okay. I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye to my epic sandals. You know, I bought them a year ago, just before my trip to Southeast Asia, and I paid less than €7 for them. They were second-hand already, so I didn't know how long they will last. And yet they were with me in 9 countries on 3 different continents. But now they are very tired. Rest in peace, both. This day again had its ups and downs. The route was very nice. There is a bike path that takes you through the rural areas and along Aveiro Lagoon. On the other hand though, constantly changing weather was rather annoying. And because most of my trip was rainy or even stormy, there were moments when I felt a bit fed up with it. I arrived to a little terminal at about 2 p.m. to catch a ferry to São Jacinto, which lies on the other side of the lagoon. Thank you. Nice. I was in São Jacinto. I bought some food for the next 2 days and I was ready to keep going. And then, guess what? Yes, it started raining. Oh, okay. At least I had the perfect timing because it started raining and I found such a lovely bakery / cafe. So of course I'm gonna stay here for a while. While devouring some delicious pastries, I met these amazing people who even offered me to stay at their place that night. That was pretty tempting and normally I would say yes, but this day I wanted to keep going. Past São Jacinto, once again I took a road along the Aveiro Lagoon, which became much wider at this point. I actually should have kept going because it was still relatively early, but I had something else in mind. In the Google satellite pictures, I found a spot that seemed perfect to spend the evening and night. A little wooden house to observe wild birds, or to hound them, depends who you ask, I guess. Soon, I made a turn into the woods. I was pretty determined to find this place, so it didn't even cross my mind that there could be any obstacles. Okay, that spot that I wanted to check out is actually behind the fence. So I don't quite know what to do, to be honest. But I'll find a way, that's for sure. Yeah, as I said, there's always a way. The spot turned out not to be that great because someone decided to build this huge fence, and I was on the wrong side of it. So the only way to get into the house would be through that viewing slate, which was doable, but I don't know. I didn't quite like the fact that I wouldn't have easy access to the lake. So although the place was beautiful, I decided to search for something else. Never in my entire life did I have like any serious problems with my bicycle, only with the suspense and maybe flat tires. And look what happened now. Holy shit, like what the fuck? It's just because of some bloody branch that came into the wheels, because I'm on this kind of road now. Holy crap. Well, I'm afraid to say that this might be even the end of my journey, because that looks really serious and I'm not able to repair it without some new parts. I can't imagine just, going the very last day by bus or hitchhiking. That sounds a bit terrible to me. Maybe then I don't know what to do. They say that every experience is meant for something, but this I really don't know. Okay, maybe I should learn something from this indeed. Maybe I should have taken a bit more care of my bicycle, because it's true that part was pretty old already. You can see how it broke. Okay, you probably can see. And maybe I took it for granted that it's immortal and we can go anywhere together. But now I see that, like everything and everyone, it has also its limits, which I should maybe respect a bit more. Fuck, so many regrets now. But it's too late. I would either stay somewhere over there for the night. I have to jump over the fence again, the very same fence. Or the girl that I met in the bakery, she offered to pick me up actually and to host me for a night, which is super nice. So I don't know. I need to ask myself if I want to be among people or just by myself. Now I would never do it to Porto, not by bicycle. So I can really say that my journey ends here. And yeah, that is very true, that when I think of all those adventures I had with my bicycle, all those moments when it could have got broken, like really millions of occasions. And it didn't. This is not the worst moment for that, indeed. It took me a while to reach Joanna and Chris, but the crisis has passed and I actually enjoyed that evening walk. It felt so nice to know that I have a place to go to and friendly people to spend time with. A cup of tea, dry, safe place to stay for a night, spaghetti, good company. Priceless.
When you went to Porto, they said a surfboard. It's a piece of wood they found.
What is that place?
Pick the bicycle.
No way. I don't believe it. You have to show me. It's really happening. My bike is being repaired.
A fazer o relatório. Mas eu gostei mais da sua voz. Isto é assim.
Sim, é para chegar ao Porto.
I am back on the road, although I hardly believe it. Oh my god, those last days. All that drama, all that joy, all mixed together. Insane time. But now, at last I got my bicycle fixed and I feel so relieved and so thankful. Because I wouldn't do it without the help of strangers. Of those super nice couple that I met yesterday in the bakery. They helped me so much. Sometimes I can't believe my luck. Or maybe it's not luck, maybe there are just so many nice people in the world. You just need to reach out. So yeah, I have about 30 kilometers left to Porto. Feels like nothing, especially when I think that I'm coming from Marrakesh. And I am so extremely happy that I will do it by bicycle and not by hitchhiking or train or whatever, because it is a bike trip and I wanted to finish it that way. And I'm so happy that I can.
I was indeed the happiest girl on that day. The route was beautiful. It took me through forests and marshlands where you can cycle on those wooden platforms. And despite all the weather forecasts, it was pretty sunny most of the time.
Hey, maybe it doesn't look like, but I reached Porto, my last destination in Portugal. And actually my idea was to summarize a bit that trip, but I just find it too difficult. So many things happened, so many beautiful and difficult situations I went through, so many amazing people, landscapes, also some moments for myself and my bicycle. Like, I think I will need some time to put it together. What I can say is that I feel like everything what happened was meant to be, and I'm just happy to be here in that very place, in that very moment. So yeah, that's really the end. I will have one day in Porto to explore the town, and the day after tomorrow is my flight back home.